And welcome to Cruising with Kayfabe by Mongo,
I'm Emily. And today we have our birthday co host, Jeff.
aka Smokey. Thank you for coming back on, Jeff, like always.
Hello, hello. Thank you for having me. And yeah, birthday was good yesterday, so thank you.
Always a good thing to be able to have a nice birthday weekend, play some softball, and watch wrestling. It sounds
Hmm.
like that's your birthday weekend. And then after this pay per view, you and Rachel get to go to Dynasty next month. So that's pretty sweet.
Oh, Wrestle Dream.
Wrestle Dream. I don't know why I said Dynasty Park. That's the last one you went to in St. Louis.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. And that one, of course, was amazing. So
But I don't know about you guys. But speaking of amazing, this card is pretty freaking
hmm
stacked. I mean, we have
13 matches.
and thankfully this is the first time we actually have the pre-show to talk about because they actually included
Released
it
it. Yeah.
early.
correct. But still, a ton. Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. But yeah, I was really surprised by the amount of matches that were announced and everything for this. I mean, don't get me wrong. I am happy about it. I know people have complained about that in the past, but I mean, more people are able to get showcased, especially, since we're going to go probably first on the pre show stuff. I'm really happy for that. Hey, that's my mom.
Hi, Cheryl.
That's my mom, actually. So,
Hi, Mama Smokey. I don't know if it's a thing, but
It is
no.
now.
Oh, she knows. I mean, she knows everybody calls me that. So,
I just thought the nickname fit.
yeah,
I feel like
had
that's
it
what
for
it
a
is.
long
Gen
time.
X and millennials, we just gave each other nicknames all the time. That's what I mean. I'm Mongo. I was given the nickname Mongo in high school, so like it's just our identity after a while.
Yeah.
But
Hi,
I'm
I'm Emily.
let's get you one.
Mom, that's Josh and Emily, the one I do the podcast with.
Hello.
She's seen a bunch of the episodes and stuff. So,
We appreciate that, and we
and,
appreciate you
and
giving us Jeff, so we have a nice friend to talk to that became family. So, and that's why we love doing this,
and
talking about
she
wrestling.
does all the pictures and all that too, and scrapbooking and all that stuff. So,
Oh, I've seen those famous scrapbooks. You showed me one, I think, last time from the last cruise she did.
yeah, you've
That's
seen some
awesome.
pictures of them because they're big old binders, man, and they're awesome. They're
It's
loaded. So,
amazing. That's the best part about going on these vacations, though, the memories. You get the memories. And that's why I
mhm.
think, like this first match here, we have some cruisers right here. I know you probably usually have the cruise smoke and the details on that, but we already have some cruisers, at least three that I see. So I'm excited to open it up. This has essentially been teasing women's blood and guts. They've been kind of teasing that,
Mhm.
every woman on the roster pretty much hates Thekla. Everyone on the roster pretty much is going after Bane. So Triangle of Madness has kind of put themselves in that position. Megan Main's kind of put herself. So now we kind of have some baby faces. Mina, Queen Aminata, Harley, and Willow taking on the Triangle of Madness, Bane, and excuse me, Penelope Ford. I think it's gonna be a great way to start the new brawl, tailgate brawl, whatever we're calling it. I don't want. I feel I'm gonna call it brawl by accident because that's such bad juxtaposition. But I'm
I think
excited.
A-
that's why they did it.
I'm
The,
just calling it the AEW tailgate brawl.
I like that. I'm gonna call
Well,
it that.
tailgate brawl match, I guess, or we can just call it tailgate brawl. I mean, it is. That's what works.
I like that too.
I like the weapons on the poster for it. I think that it's telling on. It almost looks like a hockey logo, which is kind of cool.
Which makes sense for Toronto. That would make the Maple Leafs.
Hmm.
That would make perfect
Yeah,
sense.
it looks
Yeah.
very much like a hockey logo, which I enjoy.
And a
It's like the
barbed wire
maple leaf
bat.
on fire,
And then that thing for the hot dogs, which no one knows how to use because I don't know how to use it. The little
a
prongs.
kebab.
No, I think it's just maybe I don't know. I used marshmallows on it as a kid. You
As a
put one on
kid,
each prong, yeah, and you put it over the fireplace.
dude, as an
Same
adult.
thing.
Exactly. Well, before we go
It is.
too off into Mongo's little, as a kid using random tools, I know you have Rachel's predictions, so I guess to kind of keep the tradition, we'll let Jeff and Rachel go first for their predictions. But who do you think? Do you think the faces come out of this, or do you think the heels are kind of going to dominate and still lead towards that blood and guts, or lead towards that big match they're having eventually?
All right. So for Rachel's, she is going to choose the baby faces.
I like it.
She really wants Harley to get the win because she's really glad because she's been up and coming, and she's back from her injury. Julia and Sky Blue are going to keep going and end up becoming the women's tag team champions. Is what she
Oh,
has down here. So that's what I got for Rachel. She's going with the baby faces, but the heels are going to end up coming out on top eventually here.
I like it. I like it.
So,
I like that she always kind of has a way she connects her stories to make sure, like we were talking about off air earlier. We all have different ways how we arrive to our answer and have our feelings, and I enjoy that. But are we going to keep that tradition alive of Jeff and Rachel being apart with their predictions, or are you going to be matchy?
well, we're going to start the night off Oppo Taco, and we're going to have. I'm going baby faces as well.
Oh, I like it.
I just feel like they kind of need this. This will be a good thing. It'll help them. So it's also awesome because we get 8 of the women's wrestlers all in a match getting showcased. You know what I mean? We also have, several matches besides this as well. So I think that's really important, that we got a good showcase for the women. So that's why I think it's good that they did the 13 matches
I love it.
as well. So
I love it. You hit a good point, featuring the women. Emily's been screaming about adding more women to the card forever. You've been wanting more, so this must be right up your alley. So what do you think? Do you think Team Good Guys, or do you think the baddies are going to win? That's a terrible way to say that. It's the villains.
So
the
I
heels.
think that
Yeah.
the baby faces are going to win, and I can see Queen or Mina getting the win here. I think that both of them, just like Harley, honestly, all 4 of these women are rising up again, and I think that any one of them could win this match, and it would just elevate everything. I love that it's on 0 hour because it
Jesse.
really gets to show. Hey, Jesse. It really shows like the diversity of the women and really putting on a banger of a match in the pre-show to showcase for free these women and
Free
everything they
$99.
can do. The fact that you're getting Harley Cameron in a match like this for free.
You know what it kind of reminds me of? Back in the day, Sunday Night Heat. I don't know. I know you didn't really see it, but it reminds me of before the pay-per-view, you'd have that Sunday Night Heat on USA. You'd have a few matches that
Or
were
Velocity
stories.
or something, maybe.
Yeah, Velocity, the stories from Raw or SmackDown that kind of bled into it.
Yeah, and I think that this is going to set up, like, these are all the women that are next in line for a championship, whether it's the tag championships that eventually come out, or it's the TBS or the world. All of these women are capable of holding any of those. So I think that that's something that's going to be really exciting to watch the stories develop with them. And we'll see maybe old grudges being dug up.
So did you pick the baby faces as well?
Of course,
Yep.
I picked the baby faces.
Okay, so the audience definitely agreed with all you guys. 65% went with the baby faces and 35% went with the heels. And I guess I'm with the 35% because I'm also going for the heels in this match. I guess I'm going to be lone wolf in
Ooh,
this
I like
one.
it. I like it, though. I
I
like it, though.
I think the baby faces are protected in this. I think you got to give Bane, you got to give the Triangle of Madness that dominant, like not over dominant, but they got to be a threat. They got to be something that's going to endanger these baby faces so they want to come together. I still want that blood and guts. I still want, like you said, those tag title
Yes.
runs. But I mean, I can see someone like Bane dominating this match and it taking someone like Willow to take Bane down, someone who's going to kind of match up to her shot for shot. And I can see Penelope Ford and Harley having fun. I can see Mina and Sky and Mina and Julia. Like, there's a lot of ways they can interconnect the stories and the feuds, but I think we're starting off with the bad girls win. I think the heels are winning this one.
I
And
like
it'll
it.
be interesting because Kris Statlander and Thekla have both been really tied up into these women. So will they be out there, maybe interference somewhere, or are they going to get ready for their own stuff?
I was going to
I
say,
think
I
that's
think
going to be interesting.
I
You
think they
have
got to focus
well
on their
right
own.
now right now you have a group of 10 to 12 ladies that are all kind of in the same group, possibly for storylines, because they're all then I think that's what they're doing, like you said, with the blood and guts and everything. They're getting that interconnectedness between a big group, so that way you can go all kinds of different directions. So
I know. I think they're doing a great job of kind of, no pun intended, with Tekla, weaving that spider web of stories, weaving that web, connecting them all. A lot of people criticize those all-star matches, but look what these all-star matches have kind of produced. They've produced these stories. They've produced these rivalries. To me, it's no different than when you have a Battle Royal or Royal Rumble. You build stories off chemistry. Oh, these two have great chemistry in the ring. We can do something with that. Like, look at the reaction they got from the crowd. I think people kind of forget that because everyone has that, like, ADHD booking, that quick view booking where they don't want to see things play out and let things kind of play out. And I think that's been what's really good about the women's division this year. And unfortunately, poor Ramiro is going to be up at 3 a.m., but I know he's going to watch. He's pretty loyal when he watches.
Yeah.
And I agree with Jesse. This match we have coming up right here, the Ops versus the Workhorsemen. Again, another one on the Tailgate Brawl. I'm excited for it. So Rachel and Jeff, I know you got Rachel's predictions. Who do you guys think winning, and kind of what are your thoughts on this match?
I don't think she had this one. She looks like she has all the rest. But knowing her, she's going with Joe and Hobbs because she likes both of them. So
Oh, she loves Hobbs and Joe.
That's what I mean. So Joe's gonna kill you. So
I can picture her saying that.
Exactly. So yeah, I'm going with them, and I'm gonna actually agree with her as well because this one I think is kind of a no-brainer in some ways. But I do think the Workhorsemen are gonna have a good showing in this. No, pun intended, whatever else. I like JD Drake, and all that too. So,
all right. I do like the Workhorsemen. We saw them start in Limitless, and we got to see them at DPW. And every time we see them, it's crazy to see how much potential they have in DPW and how much they are different, in the indie setting versus TV. So it'll be interesting to see them match up because JD Drake, he's a big boy. He can go with these two guys, and Anthony Henry, he's quick. He's kind of shifty in the ring. So. I know Emily.
Henry
you have heart towards them, but
I did not go with them. Like, as much as I love the Workhorsemen because it feels like friends when you see them. I mean, JD Drake and I had such funny conversations at Limitless to the point where I was like, you get your ass on the Jericho Cruise and you find us and we're going to get you drinks. And then he got booked, and the next time we saw him, I was like, listen, you find us. We've got you. Like,
I had a drink or two with him on the Jericho Cruise.
Yeah, like, JD is just cool shit. I really enjoy talking with him. He plays it up for the kids, even the adults. He played it up with me when we were talking about the cage match he was about to get into. I just really enjoy JD Drake, and Anthony Henry is a beast. Things that people don't realize, if you're not on their social media watching them, you need to be, because a lot of these wrestlers do insane things on their social media in the gym. Anthony Henry is a beast. He's gonna be able to keep up with Hobbs.
He's cut. I mean, he's ripped.
No. So you think the
more of a
Ops are
size?
Winning? Yeah, I think the Ops are winning only because they got to continue this run. They've got to be dominating. It just makes sense.
So I hate that it doesn't lead you to, but I think the majority agrees with you guys.
Whoa!
No one gave the Workhorsemen a chance in this one, unfortunately. Including me. Unfortunately, I love the Workhorsemen as well. However, it's the Ops, it's Joe, it's Hobbs. Like Lillian just said, we're going to see some cool nope spots. We're going to see some fun in this match. I think they'll showcase, but at the end of the day, it's the Ops. I think this is the easiest match to call.
Yep.
It'll be fun.
Probably.
It'll be entertaining.
Yes, it will. Oh, yeah.
This won't be entertaining. Matt from Canada might not enjoy this match, but the third meetup between Shibata and Garcia.
Have you seen Shibata's matches? Matt's going to be cheering every time Garcia gets chopped the fuck up. Love you, Garcia, but your chest is going to be red.
So I know she loves Garcia, so I'm assuming I know where this one's going to go. Do the dance.
Yeah. That's exactly it. She wants her some DG. So Rachel's going DG, do the dance. That's pretty much all you need for that one. So, all right. Well, trying to continue. It's kind of wild. We've been agreeing a lot more on this particular pay-per-view than we normally do. But this was kind of a tough pick, actually, because you got DG going heel. So I really kind of want to pick him because of that heel to protect him. But then again, it's like, well, Shibata, he needs, he's got a title. They're trying to kind of keep that run going. But yeah, I'm going with heels. I'm going with DG.
I like it.
Agreeing with Rachel. I just think he needs it. He's got to cement that heel somehow, some way, or maybe Shibata wins by disqualification, I guess.
I like
or
that
something
too.
Along those lines. Maybe I'll do that one because then that way that shaves Shibata a little bit too. Because
That makes
Shibata's definitely going to
sense.
beat the shit. Well, Shibata's definitely going to beat the shit out of Daniel. I'm just
Oh
going to
yeah,
put that
Yeah.
out there right now. DG's going to earn this one.
I agree. So what do you think? Do you think that Daniel Garcia, Red Death Rider, is going to channel his inner asshole and beat Shibata, or how do you think this one's going to go?
It's really funny you say that. I have written down time to see the Red Death released. So,
Oh, that's
like,
a
Ooh.
I
phrasing.
think he's going
Phrasing.
to like really take hold of this persona, and I really see the Death Riders grip on him through this. I think that it's his first singles match as part of the Death Riders. He has a lot to prove as far as that's concerned. They have a pretty big, gruesome reputation. So I
Lots of
see this
interference, like Wendy's
being,
saying,
yeah, like this is
Mhm.
going to be a great, great match. But
and the lingers
I
you
have a
the
question for
chest.
you guys that I didn't
Hard
look up
hitting.
for some reason. I didn't think about this. Who won the other two matches?
I believe they're split 1-1. So
One
this
Mhm.
is
and
I
one?
believe this is
Okay.
the rubber match
I think so as well.
because
I don't know why I didn't look that up.
I'm not
because
100%
because
on that,
Shibata won
but
the
I'll
pure title
say
from him the second time they
yeah,
fought.
yes. Yes. That one I remember too. So I'm saying DG won the other one.
I'm like
I'll go
90% sure.
85%. Yeah.
Yeah. See, we'll meet in the middle. We'll meet at 85.
That's why I said I'm 85% sure.
And I think that this match is going to run into the main card. I
Oh
could
yeah,
see the interference getting dragged into the next match because it
because
just,
they're
to
heels,
me, that just makes sense.
Yeah.
and you know that
Where's
motherfucker
our
Yuda's
crowd at?
everywhere.
Yep. Where's our crowd split at on this match?
Yeah, I'm going with DG. I want Shibata to win because I really like Shibata, but I think he's the first op to fall. I think, like Jeff said, and like you were saying, I agree with Lillian. His chest is going to be redder than a pound of hamburger. I agree
Hmm.
with Jeff that he needs to kind of establish this heel persona, really go in there, even dominate Shibata, and maybe be ruthless and relentless. And I agree with you that Shibata is going to beat the crap out of him. So I think it's going to be kind of a mixture of both. I think it's going to start off with Shibata kind of having the advantage, but I think at the end, the numbers in the Death Rider are going to be what does Shibata in, and Danny's going to, because I think it's going to be Death Riders versus the opposite eventually of Vicious says, but this time because Pac's still out, you're gonna have Claudio, you're gonna have Garcia and Yuta potentially going for the trios title. So I can see this kind of continuing in to Wrestle Dream, not Dynasty, in St. Louis next month, where maybe you get that trios match. And it's actually a little bit more split than I thought for this one. This one, surprisingly, we have we have 80% going for Garcia and 20% going for Shibata. So
Okay.
there's some people who have some hope for Shibata.
I mean, I can't disagree with that hope. I mean, like I said, we already know it's going to be physical. So,
And there's always hope with Cope,
yeah.
which is our next match. We'll
Okay.
Saved by
I
the Bell
read it.
reference if anyone gets that one.
Yeah.
This is supposed to open the show, so I figured since we're going to start talking about the main card, we should talk about this one first. It's Toronto.
Okay.
It's, I believe, the first time Ed and Christian have ever teamed in Toronto, aka Cope and Cage, or Cage and Cope, whatever you want to listen to. So I'm kind of curious, and after this week where Dax got the old broken nose from Christian Cage, and he said, "I'm paying the fine because I'm rich, bitch." Like I love that you still have the asshole Christian Cage, and you kind of have the overconfident Copeland, but then you have FTR who are showing a vicious side. So this one could go either way.
All right. So, Rachel is going to go with FTR.
Oh, that's shocking.
She kind of wants to see Copeland go down in Toronto for storylines. Because if FTR wins, they can go for the tag team titles. So that way Cage can turn on Copeland. Them two are going to end up going one-on-one. I see a cameo of Nick Wayne and possibly his mom as well.
Oh, okay. Okay,
So
she's going for
that's,
some of the deep cuts here. I like it. I
I
like it.
really like it.
yeah. I know. She's coming with it today. All right. Well, I finally am going to get back to normal and go completely the opposite way. because last time I went the opposite way and lost. So this time I'm going to do it. Yes. So Jesse, yes, I'm going Cage and Cope for the dub. So now we're back to normal going against her. But yeah, I will say this though. I think it would be a lot fucking cooler if they did though. If FTR won, I
Yeah,
think it would be a lot cooler in
because
Toronto.
nobody would expect it.
Yeah, and no offense. Yeah, and that's what I mean. No offense to everybody and all that, but phew, man, the place would go crazy. There would be some fucking nuclear heat for that.
I was just gonna say that would be some heat. Like that would.
That's what I mean.
Oof.
Jesse's got
So,
the
but
tinfoil spreading.
Ooh, I like
oh,
that.
it does.
So Jeff says Cope and Cage. Rachel says FTR.
Mm-hmm.
Emily's kind of told me who she thinks, but again, she's changed her mind before. So
Yep.
Cage and Cope, FTR, because Stokely gets no bitches. So I mean, which one are you gonna go with?
Sorry, Christian. It's Coping Cage.
Cage and Cope.
You're still just like not there yet.
Those are fighting words. No.
It's that like tenacity,
Where are my
that
peeps at?
essence that you're bringing, the overall vibe, you know.
The disrespect is real.
Maybe I have daddy issues. I'm kidding. No, I think that there's so much that goes into Cope and Cage, and I think that despite being at odds a little bit still, they definitely are going to win this. I think that Copeland has so much to take out on FTR, but FTR has a lot to take out on them as well. Like, there's so much that plays into this, and I'm excited. And if the Waynes interrupt and distract, interesting.
that is
so
another
interesting.
element.
I mean,
What
you
if
got to set
Copeland
up
gets
that
left
like
by
third.
himself?
Well, and you could also set up a third match. I mean, set up a couple of them. So
Looks like Rachel only 20% agrees with you that FTR is going to win, and the rest of you 80% is Cope and Cage. And this one, I have a lot of thoughts on this because you guys are swaying me because I really didn't know. I'm like, well, it's hometown. Who loves to do the hometown thing? Lillian makes a good point here too, that Cope and Cage could win, but FTR being North Carolina, Canada versus North Carolina, get some heat in Toronto. I've always kind of been, I've said this from day one, all in, happy moments, all out, kind of the season reset, kind of the crappy moments. I can see them not getting that feel-good moment and it leading to a little bit of tension. So I'm going to go FTR here.
Oh, yeah.
My heart says Cope and Cage, but I'm like, FTR, it could be one of those things. I didn't think of the possibility of the Waynes, but Nick Wayne could come back and cost them that match. And there's still some story there, and it could be one of those things. And it sets up a final match with FTR, like another match, because they're still not done. Because Cage only said to Copeland that he's only really with him to help him clear up his FTR business. If it's a one and done match, then what's the point of them being together? So that's kind of where I'm leaning is. I want them to be together than more than one match, and I feel like the only way you can do that is extend the story. Plus, I want Gangrel. Okay? I need Gangrel. I need my Brood entrance one more time. I don't care. Do it in St. Louis for Jeff, but Cope and Cage, Brood entrance, channel that dark energy to finally beat them in a dog collar match, or finally beat them in the first ever tag team Iron Man match. Some stipulation. That's what I'm saying.
I like it.
I went off the rails there, but that's what I think.
Well, like I said, I would love for
80-20.
FTR to win because that place is going to go absolutely ape shit when they fucking win.
And Jesse thinks they could turn this. They would go ape shit. That place would blow up.
Oh, man.
Jesse thinks that the winner's going to be inserted. This is going to be a 5-person ladder match, which would already be insanity because we're already looking at the Bucks versus Brodito versus Jet Speed versus the Don Callis family. Okay. You have a Canadian Mike Bailey. You have Josh Alexander, also from Canada. You have Brodito, who they were thrown together, but this became such a great tag team. The Bucks telling a great story. Jet Speed just being fun. There's not a lose-lose in this situation. I think this is going to be one of my favorite matches to watch.
I thought of something that would be hilarious if it could happen, but I just I don't see this actually happening. It's like a fantasy world. But did you notice the Bucks were out back with the prop people?
Well, that's because they were buying the pyro. That's not going to connect to this.
True. What if they had like a ladder that was like an escalator?
No, I
Wouldn't
think
that
that'd
be so funny?
I think
though?
that'd be too much to build
It's
that
way
quick.
too much, but it would
It'd
be
be a
so
lot, but
funny.
it would be funny. It would be funny.
It'd be funny as fuck.
No, I can see them paying someone to climb the ladder for them. That's what I
like,
see.
I
It's like
actually wrote that down. Do they pay someone off?
like pay Brandon Cutler to climb the ladder. I mean,
Nah, Brandon's done. He's fed
no.
up.
Remember on BTE, he accepted their apology. They walked away. Brandon's a lackey for money, so I'm saying, hey, Brandon, here's $1,000. Go get those belts, and then I'll wait till my prediction. But I have some thoughts on that. But Jeff, Rachel, I don't want to steal your thunder. Who's and new or and still?
Okay. Let me get to.
Ooh, we got Allin saying that because of the alliance with the Death Riders and Don Callis family. There could be some hijinks.
Yeah. So one thing Rachel has in here though is that she says there is a lot of four-way style matches, and she's not necessarily a huge fan. She thinks there may be too many people in the ring, is what the notes she has here. She says the Young Bucks are going to fight dirty, kind of sitting back and watching until the end when they'll try to pin some people and do some, quick pinfalls and stuff like that. But she says, and still. So she is going, which it has been really fun. I will say that.
I really love them together.
Yeah. And excuse me, sorry, but them exposing like some of that history, of them working at the same places and being friends and knowing each other and stuff's always cool too, because you can sense they got a little bit of chemistry with that. So, all right, so there's
two for Brodito. I like it.
So for mine, well, I'm probably going to agree with Rachel on the particular aspect of Brodito winning, but I think it's just because other people are going to get cost. Is more so why I'm going. And I'm pretty sure somebody's already thrown it in the comments. I'm pretty sure I saw. Yes, there's been at least two of them, I think, now on there. So I'm going Brodito, but yeah, I mean, we could possibly see a scapegoat sighting.
Yeah.
So, but I will say also for a little bit of tinfoil, just to kind of throw this in there, I would not be opposed to seeing the opposite direction and him helping them actually. And
that would be a good what is going on
because,
story.
Yes, and the Bucks could also go, hey, I remember when whatever, fuck you guys, like we're still here, we're still doing everything, and now we're the champs, so you can't ignore us, you can't shortchange us on our pyro, you can't shortchange us on our intro because now we're the champs.
I like
so it doesn't matter what our position was in the company, we are positioned as the tag team champions.
Imagine they win the champs and Tony makes them wear the toy belts because they don't have the actual belts one day.
But you know what I mean? Like, so you could do a lot of things, but I could also see that as my tinfoil is the Bucks actually getting helped to win. And like I said, sticking it to everybody with it. So
I enjoy that a lot. I already know who you're going with
shit.
Because I know who you like the most in this mess besides Jet Speed, so I think I know who you're going with.
Oh, Jet Speed's awesome.
I'm really excited for the hijinks of this match as well, though, because one, it's a freaking ladder match. Two, there's so many people, it's going to be chaotic in a good way. I think that ladder matches showcase a lot of athleticism and talent that you don't always expect from people. So seeing someone like Joshua Alexander in this, I think is going to be kind of exciting because I wouldn't have imagined him in a match like this.
I've seen him in matches similar to this. You'll be very pleasantly surprised. I've seen him in a King of the Mountain match, which is a reverse ladder match. So I think he'll be very surprised and very happy with it. But, I was going back and forth in this one for a while because I was going to be I think Jet Speed could pull off a surprise upset because it's an easy way for them to get the titles and get a feel-good moment. But I think it's all about the story, and after this past week, it's all been confirmed. I mean, we had BTE, Jack Perry mailing a knife that he had been making on Instagram to Matt, saying, for next time you want to stab me in the back. To Jack Perry getting almost a tribute by Matt Jackson when he leaves, Nick Jackson, doing the salute after they win the match.
Mm-hmm.
to Luchasaurus turning on Kip Sabian, almost kind of teasing he's done, which we still think Jack Perry's one who resurrected him. So I think Jack Perry is, but I was saving this one. But not only Jack Perry, I think a certain dinosaur also comes out to help Jack Perry. Because I think Jack Perry comes out, I think they're getting ready to attack him, and I think Lucha comes out to make sure he has his corner, because I think he figures out that it was Jack Perry that revived him. And that's kind of where you get them back into that, and kind of their first match back will be the Bucks versus reunited Jurassic Express. And I think that's kind of the way they can do it, because you can't have the Bucks versus just Jack Perry.
Nope.
I agree.
But I'm going Brodito retaining. I think that's ultimately what's going to happen here.
I also
right now, why not?
I want to bold predict that the Bucks are going to run out of money by Dynamite. I think that they're going to spend the rest of that winnings on this match specifically. I think that they're going to have a ladder get set up, and they're going to pay the person, and then they're going to climb it, because they'll pay the person that set up the ladder.
Exactly. Poor Brandon Cutler.
There's so many different ways that they're just going to deplete their money. Oh, damn. Not one person.
No, those are the percentages we have. We have 70,
not one person.
70% for Brodito, 15 for Jet Speed, and 15 for the Young Bucks. Not one person chose the poor Don Callis family, but I think we kind of know they're the fodder in this match. Yep. But again, it's going to be entertaining. Hashiro is entertaining. I can't wait to see what he does in a ladder match, too.
Yes.
But a match that I know a lot of people are divided, because it kind of spoiled the return of Eddie Kingston, but I do like the trust in Eddie Kingston. They know that advertise his return, and I feel like people are never happy. Why didn't you advertise he was going to be the pay-per-view? Why was it a surprise? People are never happy. Either way, I'm just glad that Mad King is back, taking on Big Bill. We haven't seen Eddie in 16 months. He's back. Still got some unfinished business. He said he wants to go to Japan. He wants to go to Rio Mexico, and he wants that world title. And he's got Big Bill standing his way for his first match back. So, Jeff, Rachel, what do you think? Do you think Mad King wins, or do you think Big Bill pulls off the shocking upset in Toronto?
So, Rachel put, he's back, makes her heart happy. This would be a great match for Eddie to win for his first time being back. Big Bill already has the cruise rub. He can take the L. So, Rachel is going with the Mad King, Eddie Kingston.
Ooh, I like it. Lillian thinks there's going to be some hijinks in this match, too. That makes sense. The Death Riders could be all over this pay-per-view.
Very true, very true. Well, unfortunately, Rachel and I have to agree.
Unfortunately, he says.
Yeah, I just don't see Eddie taking this L being back. So I'm really happy to see him back. Looking for some big things from him. So
I like it.
But this is going to be a hard-hitting, very physical. I mean, a typical, with two big guys, and two physical guys. So,
and I think, like Emily said earlier, you thought that there was going to be chops from Shibata earlier. I think Big Bill's chest is going to look like hamburger for this match as well. But do you think the Mad King reigns supreme, or do you think Big Bill will rule him?
I think that this match is kind of an odd pair-up.
It is.
I think that there's way more that's going to go into it, because it's such an odd pair-up that you can't have just these two people in the ring. There's got to be some shenanigans. I think there's a certain someone from Winnipeg, and I don't mean Kenny Omega, coming.
Oh, good reference.
To see what's going to happen with Big Bill and Keith. I think that Brian Keith and Big Bill obviously have tension with someone. And I don't want to steal the whole thunder, because I think someone else wants to rain on that parade as well. Yeah, I think that Big Bill's going to get screwed over by someone.
So you think Eddie Kingston with some interference costing Big Bill the match?
I do, because he ran his mouth about the wrong person.
I like it. I think all four of us are in agreement. I mean, I think... Check this out. Everyone in the audience is in agreement too. The second 100% match.
Holy cow.
Happened?
Not happened at all. It's the first time that we've had two matches where there's been 100% predictions. And there's 30 people who participated, people are asking. So 100% have picked Eddie Kingston to win this match.
And I haven't put mine in yet.
I am choosing Eddie Kingston for the same reasons as you guys all said. He's back. I don't think it makes any sense, even with shenanigans, for him to take the loss. I think, I think that the end of this match is where we see a certain Le Champion, a cruise captain, the demo god, Y2J. You just made the list. Wait a minute. I think Jericho comes back at the end and he's disappointed. He's just going to see Big Bill laid out and he's going to be like, see, I was right. I'm disappointed in you. Because the last thing he did was flip out and say, I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed. And he's proven him right. And I feel like even if Jericho's on his way out, he's going to do the right thing and try to put Big Bill over on the way out. And if he's going to stay, he's going to put Big Bill over. So I think either way, he's going to be professional. He's going to come back. If we don't see him come back, I don't know if we see him come back to Ida. But I think this is the moment you can bring him back. I think this is the moment that you get accomplishes two things. It brings Eddie Kingston back. It's him that ring rust off with someone who can be safe and protected, but also sell a good match. And also kind of bring Jericho back into the fold for the last half of the year, especially, you know, with some star power kind of being down. And a lot of people want to hit on Jericho, but people tune in to see him, whether you like him or not. People tune in to see Jericho. And I think it was just one of those things they're waiting to see the right storyline to get back to TV. You can't just shoehorn someone on TV and make it work, because that's not going to always be good TV.
And you could have Jericho come out and distract Brian Keith, and they could just take it out backstage. Like, it doesn't need to be anything big. However, it's Chris Jericho, and the ego's big enough that it will be. And I love Jericho, so that's not a dig. He's just got a very big ego.
I mean, wrestling is full of ego, so I feel like
it's an
if
ego
you don't
business.
have one, there's a problem.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you don't think you're the
It's
best,
very, very big.
my favorite quote in Jericho's book: if you don't think you're the best, if you don't want to win the world title, if you don't want to be on top of the world, then why are you in the business?
You're in the wrong profession.
It's always going to be ego driven. I think that the biggest thing I've always thought is, can you put your ego aside and do what's best for the boys, what's best for the girls, what's best for the locker room? And that's what separates professionals, and that's what I think separates the stars is someone who says, my time has passed, I need to put this person over, I need to coach, I need to get the future ready, not become some podcaster who 20 years later becomes bitter. So I think it just kind of depends on how you are as a person. It's like any job. And I'm excited, but speaking of excited, Ricochet and the Gates of Agony versus the Hurt Syndicate. MVP's lacing up the boots. So we're getting a true Hurt Syndicate 3-on-3 against someone. You want to talk about the cruise rub, Jeff? Gates of Agony came on with Swerve, and they really, really kind of, after that separation, kind of fell by the wayside, but then now have started to show they're dominant again. I mean, look at last week with Toa Leona and Bobby Lashley putting on an absolute freaking clinic on Wednesday. And Bishop Kaun, you know, was a staple in Ring of Honor, was a staple in the Shane Taylor promotions, Ricochet being a veteran. So there's a lot of knowledge in this ring. There's a lot of good talent in this ring.
I agree. But for Rachel, she's pulling the meat. She just says we hurt people.
I like it.
That's all she said. So
short and sweet and to the point.
Yep. She puts the Bucks are going to take, or the Bucks are going to beat them. Oh, only the Bucks are going to beat them.
Oh, that makes sense. Kind of keep them protected. I like it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So I kind of had to think about this one a little bit, kind of like you were talking about there with some of your points. You know, I will say I was swayed at one time to go for Ricochet and Gates of Agony, but I'm going to have to agree with Rachel on this one. And, you know, we hurt people too. So I just think with MVP back, some stuff along those lines, I think also without them having any type of championship now, you know, you can't really lessen their credibility and do that type of thing. So I think they kind of need this win here.
I agree. I like it. I like it. All right. So is there going to be agony or people being hurt in this one?
Both.
Ooh, there you go.
It's very difficult to go against the Hurt Syndicate. They are the monsters in the ring. Like, no matter who they're going up against, they're still bigger than them. It really is so difficult to say anybody but them. However, like, commentary has really been riding the fact that MVP hasn't been in the game.
Like the ring rust because he hasn't wrestled No Mysterio.
Yeah, like every second they can, they're mentioning that. So I wonder if that's going to come into play. And I really enjoyed that they're really digging into storylines. This story has been being told since before AEW took in the Hurt Syndicate.
Yeah, they kind
So
of bled
this
in
is
the
very
Ricochet.
awesome.
Yeah, they kind of went with their history with Ricochet getting kind of recruited by the Hurt Syndicate and then getting embarrassed in AEW last December to Forbidden Door, costing them the tag titles. It's very good bridging the gap.
Yeah, I really enjoy this. Like, this whole time we thought we were going to be getting Cedric Alexander, and then we got completely swerved, and he signed with TNA.
Swerve.
So, kind of disappointed in that, to be quite honest. But we had MJF join, because who the fuck saw that coming? And now you have Ricochet getting back at them for not taking him in and taking MJF in.
And then with the latest rumors and innuendo by Sean Ross Sapp and Fightful, they're still looking to add some younger members to the Hurt Syndicate. And, you know, there's a lot of people on both rosters. And I think this would be a good kind of like tryout match to say, like, okay, let's see how these three can go against these three. It could be some scouting, could be some potential to get other people to watch. I think there's going to be eyes on this match for a reason. I think there's a reason that they put Hurt Syndicate against Gates of Agony. I got to go with Hurt Syndicate. I agree with Rachel. I think you got to protect them. I think the first time they lose clean's got to be a big deal because they're the Hurt Syndicate. You can't go around saying we hurt people if you lose all the time.
Correct.
I think it'll be closer than people think. I mean, like I said, Toa Leona and Bobby Lashley having that match, showing he could go toe-to-toe, and then you have Bishop Kaun who can go toe-to-toe with Shelton. And you know Ricochet and MVP are going to have fun shenanigans because Ricochet's going to be the coward, chicken shit heel. I mean, 66% of this match is lacking hair, so the bald chants are going to be crazy.
Yeah, they are.
Right? Is that 6? Yeah, 4 to 6, 66%. So there's going to be great bald chants. Shout out to Bald Bro and Holy Shit Podcast. They're there too, supporting their bald man Ricochet. But yeah, it's going to be fun. It's going to be entertaining. But I think the Hurt Syndicate just takes it because they need the win more. And Ricochet, again, they're building a single suit somewhere out of this. And I don't know if it's against.
They're the veterans, so they're going to end up. I mean, it's pretty much your veterans, young guy. Like you said, you can get a lot of different storyline out of that. Plus, they're going to help put them over. Plus, they're going to help put them young guys over too, and throughout this match for sure.
And that's just it. Like Gates of Agony, they're not something to think about twice. Like they are hard hitters.
Yeah, you definitely can't underestimate them. Yeah. And I mean, they got to say 30% give Ricochet and the Gates of Agony a chance, which is a lot more than we did. But I mean, it's wrestling. You know, they say in football, any given Sunday. Well, it's wrestling, any given pay-per-view.
Yep. Well, and that was better than those ones that were 80-20.
Right?
So that one even started getting a hair more split.
And speaking of split, this match, I was in Cleveland when this match was announced. I was waiting for the stipulation. I thought Emily sent me a typo because I couldn't watch live. She just went, tables and tacks, ? Sabu, ? Extreme, ? So I looked it up. Yeah, it's a no DQ. It's a kind of a throwback to TNA, throwback to Abyss and Sabu and some of the hardcore legends of the past. MJF versus Mark Briscoe in a table and tacks match, which MJF tried to get out of, but Tony Khan would not let him. One of my favorite segments on Dynamite.
Loved that. Tony
Khan just bitching out MJF in the trailer.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. Let's see here. Okay. So Rachel has MJF can take a loss. Okay. Briscoe needs the win. Bloody match, lots of tables, tacks, and MJF's ring. And yeah, she has a feeling Mark's definitely going to take the ring from MJF sometime in this match. Okay. But yeah, she's putting Briscoe over. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like that with my heart. I definitely like that with my heart. So I definitely agree with Rachel. This is going to be a bloody match.
Yeah, it will be.
You know, and like you said with Ricochet, this is definitely going to be MJF being the cowardly, you know, running away, making this very difficult, trying to frustrate Mark, you know, do all that. He's definitely going to take a couple spots, though, with some tacks and shit. Definitely. I mean, that'll definitely be a good thing for MJF to take. You know, I've never seen him really take, you know, tacks that good or anything. So I'd like to see it too. But unfortunately, I'm picking MJF. My favorite scumbag's going to win this thing.
He's picking the scumbag.
Yep.
Tables and thumbtacks. Remember they filmed the Warriors in a way. Mark Briscoe's is okay.
I love Mark, but
I like that. Come out and play. All right.
that'd be cool.
So we got split. We got Rachel going with Mark
we're back to
Briscoe.
normal.
We got Jeff going MJF. We got Emily covering her eyes going, oh, God. No, I'm just kidding. Because that's going to be you the whole match.
Back to normal.
I think MJF's going to have some assistance here, guys.
Ooh.
Okay.
So they've been
Are
talking
you going to hammer
a
this
lot.
idea home?
I am going to hammer this home. So they've been talking a lot with MLP, Maple Leaf
MLW.
Pro. Or, yeah.
Yep.
Maple Leaf. And there's
Major
a
League.
certain someone... I am done talking about it. Okay. There's a certain somebody that has been in their mouths, and I think that Hammerstone is definitely... We've talked about him for like a year now. Just show up, set up some tables, pour some Tacks out on him. MJF's going to slam Briscoe, but Briscoe's going to win. Do you know why?
Why?
He may have a newborn 9th child at home, but he's more rested than MJF will be because at the moment, MJF is in Mexico.
That's right. He's fighting Mystico, match for his title, mask for his title match tonight in Arena Mexico.
So he's going to lose tonight and tomorrow night.
Ooh, a twofer.
Double
I just
dip.
realized, so Mark Briscoe has the exact same amount of children as Mercedes has belts. So that could be a cool photo shoot. Every one of Briscoe's kids with one of Mercedes belts. I'm just saying.
They should
Look
wrestle.
it.
He should wrestle for all the titles against her.
And in your defense, Scott Tamore does MLP, and they do a lot with AEW. MLW is corporate. It's
There's
okay.
so much.
It's just
There's
one letter
so
off. It's
much.
comical. I'm not trying to.
I know what
But
you
yeah,
mean.
you're right.
It's a
MJF
mouthful.
was just at MLW giving Hammerstone a pep talk, saying, "Remember who the fuck you are."
Yep, I saw that.
You know, and then you have Richard Holiday kind of really making his name on the indies, being kind of arrogant, and he did his own like self-funded promotion and self-funded match, like put it on YouTube, everything. So there's a lot of meat to that bone. There's a lot of smoke to those rumors. Smoke, there's fire. So you could be onto something. And I'm gonna go MJF to get that right in the open. I'm going MJF, but I like it. I think Hammerstone could show up because MJF could use some backup.
Yes,
You
he
know,
could.
MJF has 500 feuds going on right now. He's got a beef with everyone. He wants a shot at Hangman.
He took shots at Briscoe's family, including Jay. He's getting a driller right into some Tacks.
Oh yeah, no, he like Jeff said, he's going to take some tacks in the back, ass, arm, everything. He's going to MJF when he goes down, like him and CM Punk in that dog collar match. He took some shots. You know, he's been in hardcore matches.
Can I just say that
he doesn't
that's
do it
really
often,
what
but
I
he does
wanted
it.
to see? I really wanted to see these two in a dog collar match because, like,
But
yes.
I think maybe it's one of those. Maybe they're going to save it for another time. But I mean, this is creative, and again, it's a no DQ, so anything can happen. But you know they're going to cover that table with Tacks. You know there's going to be creative stuff, and you know what? Like Jeff said, MJF's going to be scared trying to avoid all that stuff. And Mark's crazy. You've seen Mark's Ring of Honor catalog. That man's going to go through everything. That man's
is
going to go through every table.
Like, if Darby was in this match, I would be so concerned for his opponent. I'm
His opponent.
like, like this is something that Briscoe doesn't have, that creativity that Darby has, but he's got that, like, fuck you attitude, and these Tacks are going to be plentiful.
I also like that, Rachel, you're not alone. 25% of people think Briscoe has a chance, and 75% for MJF. Now, I'm not saying Briscoe
Oh, I
doesn't.
thought most of us picked Briscoe.
I picked MJF.
So
The guys
two,
went-
we're 2-2. We're split.
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
split.
The guys went. Yeah, we finally split again.
It usually tends to happen towards the end of the shows.
Oh yeah. Well, I'll say this too. You're welcome,
Ajax.
Emily, because I almost took your Hammerstone.
It's well, I
gotta
just
leave
sent
you
him a
stuff every
TikTok
once in a
about
while,
it.
so.
They just coincided on something again. Like they.
No, it's what we posted. You know, I don't know why you said that.
I sent you something about.
No,
it.
I was. No. I mean, I wasn't saying like that. Sorry. I know. I was saying, yeah, he was at MLW backstage, and that was the most recent thing. So his schedule is insane. He's filming a movie, went to MLW, going to Mexico, then he's flying to Toronto tomorrow.
I'm telling you, busy man.
Like you said, Mark Briscoe with 9 kids is gonna be more well rested than MJF. You ain't just whistling Dixie.
Oh, don't sell my secrets.
And speaking of 9 belts and Mercedes, that's why I mentioned that. Next up, the match. I'm not gonna lie. I think they could have done a little better job building. Like, I feel like it was kind of a quick build. It seems like it's a build to Mercedes' next match, but the returning Riho is taking on Mercedes for the TBS title. What?
Oh, that was a hot take. Ouch.
I'm
I'm not even the biggest fan of Riho.
I'm not
giving
trying
her
to
some
be
credit.
mean. I'm not trying to be mean. It just honestly feels like they didn't put a lot into. They usually do a lot with their TBS titles. I just feel like that this one they could have done better. I'm not trying to pick on it. It could have been better. It's being constructive. It's being genuine. So I'm guessing Rachel's going to go with CEO, but that's just my guess because I know she likes the CEO dance too.
So
I have no doubt it's going to be a good match too. I agree, Jesse. It'll be great.
yes. So Rachel put she loves that Rio is back. She is a little spitfire. Both are petite and can throw each other around a little bit. Mercedes will make her famous roll up move and then leave the ring as always. And still.
I like that she even called out that she does that quick little like the heel roll up. Like Rachel is very astute. I love that. She's very observant on that because that's a little subtle thing that she does as the heel is that quick little roll up and oh my god, I retained.
Yeah. So, well, I guess we're back to agreeing again because I'm gonna have to go and still as well. I'm with Rachel and everybody. I think that I'm happy to have Rio back. I'm glad that she's getting back into the fold, so to speak. I kind of am with you on that. This was kind of a slow, we didn't have enough time to get a build for this where I think this could have been a lot more, So I'm kind of a little bit disappointed that this is happening right now, I guess. But, this could always set up for a rematch. So
I agree, and especially like Romero's pointing out, yeah, they did meet at Big Business when Mercedes debuted, but I kind of wish they kind of called a little bit more back to it because it seems, it just seems, I know Rio can't really do the promo battle, but I feel like they could have done a little bit better job saying why Rio is getting the shot, which it is what it is. I'm not complaining. I agree, it's
like
entertaining.
kind of distant through that, you know what I mean?
But I know I had the hot take. Emily's kind of mad at me for that one, but we'll go ahead. So, Emily, do you think Rio stands a chance, or do you think Mercedes is walking out with more belts around the pants?
I'm also not mad. I just found it really funny. Like, ouch. Mercedes is retaining. There's no doubt in my mind she's getting that Ultimo Dragon moment. She's going to have every belt that she could desire. I don't see her losing anytime soon. However, as much as I'm not the hugest fan of Rio's work, only because I feel like I was so into Statlander at that time when Rio was in the title picture. It was hard for me to really focus on her versus her opponents. I kind of rooted against her every time because I just liked her opponents more.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's fair because every time she fought someone, it was someone you really enjoyed.
It was someone else that I
Well,
really
yeah,
liked. So, like,
well, yeah, it was like Brit or somebody like that. And you're like,
Yeah.
well, I want Brit to
Cheetah.
win.
Like,
Yeah.
there was never somebody in the ring with her that I was, like, not for. So I guess it's kind of hard. And I think that this is such an interesting matchup because, like Rachel said, they can throw each other around. They are the same size. It is an even matchup. However, Rio's fast as fuck. And I think that's going to be fun to watch
quick.
is that their chemistry. Mercedes has really combined a lot of the Joshi style with her own. And I really enjoy how different she wrestles now versus even a year ago. The belts that she's taking, she is taking in where she is and what she's doing. She's really leaning into more different versatility. And this is a good showcase for that. And that's kind of what I'm going to focus on here. Yes, CEO wins, but I think this is still going to be such a great match. And it's going to, maybe she brings in someone else. Like maybe Rio brings in Bozilla.
I mean, it could. I mean, it
Mercedes could bring Camille back, and we could see Bozella come back. We could see the Renegades.
Well, she fired Camille, so that'd be interesting.
Oh, yeah,
bit.
true. We could see
Yeah,
Robin
sure,
come out
sure,
and
over
have
there.
Bozilla.
I feel like there's been three things that we've been forever pushing: Motor City Machine Guns, which faltered out, the Renegade Twins joining Mercedes, and The one that you've been pushing, Wendy Richter, has been the thing. I think
We haven't gotten to that match yet.
I think
Wendy,
Emily
we're
is going to
coming
be
for you.
and Emily's going to be 90 years old. She's going to be at the senior center playing bingo. She's like, remember when I used to say I wanted to see Wendy Richter? I think just like the fans went 65-35 for Mercedes. I think I go with Mercedes. I still think it's just setting up the next feud. I don't think we see anything. I know a lot of people predicted on our predictions that maybe Britt Baker or Sheeta come back here after. I think it's more we get a tease of something. I think maybe there's a confrontation at the top of there. I don't think it's Mercedes. I don't think it's Sheeta. I mean not Mercedes. Britt Baker. I think it's who you said. I think we get a Camille return at All Out. I think after Mercedes wins, she's in the ring. I think you just see the lights go out, and then you just see Camille in the ring staring her down, and Mercedes is like terrified. And I think that's kind of, then she runs away. And I think that's kind of how you lead to the next story. And that's kind of how I feel this match. Well, Bozilla, I think, is doing something with Stardom right now, so I don't want to put all my eggs in that basket and be disappointed, but I think she's doing something with Stardom. But probably. I could see a returning Camille because she's been cleared. She's done filming. Kind of a way to bring her back. We don't know who attacked her, but she does.
And don't think I gave up on Britt Baker, guys. They're going to Britsburg soon.
Yeah, that's another one. If she doesn't return to Britsburg, do we see Britt back?
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about too.
Yeah.
But a match that it started out. I'm gonna put this out here. This originally started out as a joke last year with Takeshita taking on Dorada. Somebody made a fake graphic when Takeshita won the international championship that he was taking on Mascara Dorada. And even Dave Meltzer fell for it, thought the match was happening. He went to the show, and afterwards he told Tony, he's like, hey, what happened to Takeshita versus Dorada? Well, that match wasn't planned, but I would love to do that match in the future. And I honestly think that's what brought this match to fruition, because I was shook that Beast Mortos didn't advance. Yeah. I'm not complaining because I love Mascara Dorada. So I'm ready to be entertained because all three of these men are fantastic. I think this triple threat is not getting enough love, but this is going to be fantastic. So I'm ready to hear Rachel and Jeff's thoughts. What do you guys think about this triple threat? And new champ, old champ, shocking victory. What do we got going on?
Okay, well, starting off with Rachel's here. She says Takeshita isn't going to take the pin. It's going to come back to a Rainmaker versus Takeshita match.
Okay, I like it.
So that's what she's got. So she is saying, and still. So she's going with Okada. Now, this one, for me, there could be a lot of stuff going on in this one. There's a lot of tinfoil and shenanigans that could be going down in here because, I guess kind of preluding to later in the show, we have Kyle Fletcher's promo where he said he's cutting somebody soon and this and that. We already know, Takeshita and Okada got their stuff going on and this and that. So I don't know. I feel like this one's tough because there could be a lot of different things. I do like where Rachel's kind of heads at, though, with that coming back to that one-on-one, even though it does seem slightly out of place having Dorada in this match, but I'm happy that he's in there. He's athletic, got some great moves, everything else. It's been nice to get to see him, get to know him and see him more. But, for me, I'm going to have to go with Okada just to keep a storyline going, I think. So I'm going to say and still as well.
I like it. And Emily, I know
this
you.
This is a tough one, though.
Sorry, Jeff.
Oh no, you're good. I was saying this is a tough one though. So any way you go, you really can't go wrong. So.
All right, Emily. Do you think Takeshita gets some new gold? Do you think the Rainmaker walks away with it, or do you think Dorada somehow shocks the world?
I have a weird question.
Yeah.
What happens if they both pin him?
Both pin who?
Dorada.
If both Takeshita and Okada, by rule, champion would retain.
Yep.
Okay.
Champion retention.
That's something I could see happening is a dual submission, something crazy. Because how
undecisive.
Do you pick? Yeah, how do you choose who's winning this match? Because that it's been building for so long to see a 1v1. Like, a singles match with these two men has been brewing. I think that we need that Okada feud that he is famous for. I think that it's time to bring that back. We just had the Kenny feud end, potentially. I'm ready to see a new opponent as far as Okada's big stories are concerned. I think that we don't need years in between.
You
We
want big
need
time
months.
Okada is what you're
I
saying.
want a big Okada feud. I want to see the
Gotcha.
Rainmaker stand out. But I also want to see him lose this. So I'm not saying I want him. I want him to
So
like
who's winning?
win. I think Okada wins,
Yep.
but I think it sets up the next. And again, I think it's by default.
Yes.
So I think you both make excellent points. Rachel makes excellent points. I also think Okada wins. I think Dorado's taking the pin here, unfortunately.
Yep.
I think there's a lot of teasing. You know, you have Lillian
Oh.
saying that the Don Callis family is turning on Takeshita. I've been saying it for months that Takeshita's kind of doing what Ospreay did. He doesn't want to win this way. He's been sending back the Don Callis family. He's been on his own, and Don doesn't want that. Don wants all the gold. Don's obsessed. His white whale is Kenny. He wants everything to be like Kenny. All the gold, all the championships, all the belts. And in his mind, he's happy if he has Takeshita or Okada. But Takeshita's not, because Takeshita knows he was replaced by Okada. He knows that he was lied to. So I think there's going to be a lot of bad blood, like Emily said, like you guys said. It's setting up that next. It's going to set up that slow burn feud. And it's going to be indecisive. And I think that's why Dorada takes the pin, because, like you said, you can't pin Takeshita and you can't pin Okada. Unfortunately, Dorada, I love you, buddy, but I can see him. And like you said, it could be one of those double pins, or it could even be the old SummerSlam 99 setup where someone gets knocked out and the person just falls. Like Okada gets knocked out by Takeshita and falls on Dorada and gets the pin, and you're like, what the hell? Like, there's so many ways they could play this out.
Yep.
But I'm definitely excited. I agree with Jesse. I think it has potential to be match of the night. And a lot of people are not giving Dorada a shot. But look, it's 50-50 split.
Oh, wow.
Takeshita and Okada, which is wild to think about. I thought it'd be more like 75-25 Okada.
Agreed. Because I feel like you gotta lead with Okada being in the Don Callis family still, because Takeshita's younger, going to be, able to be the baby face instead of, Okada needs to be the heel. So keep him with the championship.
I agree. And a match I've been looking forward to. I thought they were going to drag this one a little bit longer with the way they were kind of teasing it, but we have Darby Allin climbing down from Mount Everest, ready to take everything from Moxley, wanting to put him in the ground in a coffin match. And he's never beaten Moxley. And Darby is 3-1 in coffin matches, so it is his match type. It is his specialty, but he did lose to Jack Perry. So there's a lot in the line. His first victory over Moxley's on the line. His kind of reputation in the coffin match is on the line. We don't know what Brian said. I guess I'm going to have you guys to include your answer. What do you think Brian said to him as well? So what did Brian say to him, and who's going to win this match?
I don't know. Rachel doesn't know what was said, but she
Sorry, I
does.
got to put that on the spot.
Well, yeah. So she's got Darby for the win. Moxley and Death Riders are going to take the loss. The Death Riders, of course, interfere. Very bloody, and she also says dangerous. But she also sees Marina trying to do something. But her question is, and I guess what she's going to see is, what female is going to come stand with Darby?
Ooh.
So that's a question she raised, which that is actually kind of a great question. Yeah, I actually. Okay. All right.
Because, I mean, yeah, Marina's always by Moxley's side, but who's been by Darby's? No one's really been by Darby's.
No, exactly. So,
There's a few
but
people.
Except maybe Willow, who's the only one I could think of that would go up against Marina.
that's the only one we've really got to see do it, too. I mean, 'cause has anybody else really tangled with her since she's been in Death Riders?
Pretty much just been Willow. Statlander's kind of been standoffish with her, but Willow's the one who's really kind of like Will and Hangman and Jay White, the ones who really gotten physical with her.
Okay.
So not many people.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So
Lillian thinks Death Riders are all over this card tonight. I like it because it could be a Death Rider infested card, especially with they're in a lot of matches separately.
And I think all their matches are somewhat not really much for rules either. So
That's definitely an
one.
advantage. Definitely advantage for John Moxley in this one.
yeah, anytime you have the numbers game. So, but numbers game or not, I am agreeing with Rachel. Which this has been a wild night. I think we've agreed quite a bit. So I don't know if I
Definitely
like that.
bucked the course on that one.
Yeah, I don't know if I like that. Anyway, but no, actually, she's had great stuff tonight. I've been really pleasantly surprised. So, but physical, brutal, bloody. I can't, going to be a banger. Definitely curious to see what kind of crazy shit they try to do to hurt each other and show each other up, I guess, per se, because, both of them are pretty crazy when it comes to doing spots and taking some pretty crazy bumps. So, but yeah, I'm going with Darby in a really good match too. This won't be match of the night as far as any kind of technical things or anything else, but
It's gonna be
I think
brutal.
definitely going to be up there with that. So
There's a reason this is the only one with red on the graphic.
Yeah, definitely a little bit telling there. So, all right. So basically, it comes down to you. Do you gonna go with your heart or your head on this one, and which one are they saying?
They're the same. I'm
Okay.
going with Darby Allin. He's crazy as fuck. He's in beast mode. The man just climbed Mount Everest. He is definitely like, it's Darby's time. Yes, I agree with Rachel. It's going to be bloody as hell. As far as a female to contend with this, I didn't think of this. I'm going to say maybe even like B. Priestley. I've been really standing for her.
You put her into
coming
every
in.
match.
I really do.
yes, you have.
But if you look at her overall vibe, she does give skater vibes. So I wouldn't hate to see the two of them working together.
I think another one could be working Stardom too, just so you don't get too excited.
I know they're everywhere, okay? I just like to see the fresh faces, despite having a very large roster. Like, I'm not trying to discredit the roster that they do have. It's just one of those, like, fun little what ifs.
Well, if you want to go with it, if she'll like.
But I was wondering maybe even Kris Statlander.
Not this match.
With Darby?
Not this match. I'll tell you why later. I think you'll appreciate it once we get up to it.
Okay.
Which will be next. But this one, I know the fans are saying, oh, I say fans. I know the people who did our participation did 80% Darby, 20% Mox. My head says Mox, but my heart says Darby, and I got to go with my heart. I can't choose against Darby. So before I talk myself out, I'm going with Darby, but I could see both. I think it's going to be a physical bloody match. You both hit the nail on the head. I think they're going to go crazy. I think Brian told...
Oh, I forgot about
that Brian told Darby, I won't get in the ring, but you bring him to me. I have a bag with his name on it. I think Brian Danielson, even though he doesn't like plastic bags and he's into recycling, I think he's going to get a little bit of payback there. I think, he's going to get him towards the announce desk, and I think Brian's going to put a plastic bag over Moxley's head and kind of like even the odds a little bit. Yeah. And I think that's the promise. Like, listen, I won't get in the ring, but give me that moment. Give me that moment. That's what I think he said to him, was give me my moment. And I kind of joked around on social media. I posted, oh, what do you think he said? I just kept posting the Katy Perry limerick, like a plastic bag floating in the wind. Because I can see that. And what a great callback that would be.
Claudio.
What about Claudio?
We haven't talked about him yet.
Yeah, because he's probably going to be someone that interferes, like Lillian saying all those shenanigans. So you have Marina, you have Claudio, you have Yuta.
What about Pac?
Mm-hmm.
Pac could come back. We don't know Pac's status. Someone else that could also come back. I don't think this is going to happen, but someone nobody would see coming. Who could be in Darby's corner that we haven't seen yet?
Sting?
Destination unknown. Ruby
she would
Ruby
go
Soho.
well with this.
It could be someone. She's like, listen, I've been gone. I leave, and now we got this bitch Marina. No. Like, or someone just out of nowhere coming to save it. And like, what? Again, it's really out there, but she's been trained to come back. That could be such a wild card. That was my super tinfoil. That's my Reynolds Wrap 5000, the most tinfoil I've ever put on. That's the one I'm sticking with.
I like it though. I do like that.
All right, Miss Slam the Notebook over there, getting ready for the third match. I'm just giving you a hard time. So, and somehow I accidentally clicked the wrong button again on Jeff, but Jeff is still here, everyone. So we have made it to the 4-way match where I think there's a lot of tinfoil for all of us in this one.
True.
But is Rachel thinking new champion, or is Toni going to still be timeless?
Let's see here. It sounds like she is going to, and still, it's not
Ooh.
time for her to lose. I think it's going to be a big help for Hayter and Thekla to get more matches and to get more recognizable. Poor Kris Statlander just hasn't quite found her spot. I like her with Harley Cameron. Their personalities mesh well. But what is it? I don't see Toni losing until possibly Britt Baker comes back.
Oh, Jesse got mine. All right. I like it.
Wow. Nice.
And
Okay.
Emily didn't see that one yet. That's okay. Don't read it. Don't read it yet. All right. So Rachel thinks stand still and thinks Statlander's just there. What about you, Jeff? Do you think Hayter does whatever it takes, like she said? Do you think Thekla takes it? Do you think Statlander gets it? Or do you think Toni retains?
This was a very tough one as well because I hate to say it this way because I love Statlander too, but I feel like it's a decision is 50-50, unfortunately. I feel like Rachel said, man, like I said, she's been on it tonight, dude, like for real.
She has been.
But that stat comment was right where my head's been at too, because I always keep going back to the time I want to say it was her second time she got seriously injured, where she was in that world title picture substantially, was this and that really just kind of just done.
To that
And
push,
unfortunately, I feel like she has never quite gotten back to that place. She's been really close, and then just something gets derailed, or with injury, or other people not being in the picture, or storylines having to be completely changed, or whatever. But I'm going to go with Hayter. It's
Ooh.
hard and new because there's another, callback.
Mm-hmm.
Hayter lost it without really having anything and whatnot. Like I said, I hate to root against Toni because she's fucking killing it. Like her promos and different stuff like that are just so ridiculous that they're awesome. I mean, they're so ridiculous. They're so awesome. Like I love
trim
it.
your bushes, bitches.
It's the innuendo and everything else, but it's funny, but it still fits. So I really like it. But I think all four ladies are going to kill it in this match. I think it's going to be a very good match. You're going to get a lot of showcase. I do think it's really going to help Thekla as well. I think the other three are established enough with AEW, but for her, I think it's really going to help push her maybe into that next level. But like I said, I just for some reason I'm thinking Hayter's going to hit hard and win this. So
I like it. I'd love to see Hayter win, because when she came back last year, she said, I never really got my shot at the title, and I'll do anything that it takes to win. So that's something to keep in mind too.
Right.
All right, Emily. Decision's on you. I know this is hard because you love all four of these women.
They're all so good for all the different reasons. All of their characters are different. Everything about them is just so vastly different, but so good. But I can't go against my girl Statlander. I've been a Statlander fan since she was an alien coming from Area 51. I love Kris Statlander. It will break me if she joins Death Riders. I am not looking into this. I just don't want her to join Death Riders. But then again, then she'd be with Garcia. Would that be so terrible? There's so many things that go into her being in Death Riders that I do love. However,
a direction, a purpose.
My girl.
I understand. Hey, I only own 2 female wrestling shirts, I think, and she's one of them. Britt Baker and Kris Statlander, I think, are the only 2. I might have another one now, but so I mean, if that tells you anything, so I rank her pretty high up there too.
All right, so we got one for Toni, we got one for Hayter, we got one for Statlander.
Hold on, wait, I gotta put my thing out there. So Toni has already pretty much established herself again as female wrestler of the year. I think that there's no doubt about it for contenders. She is the female wrestler of the year, if not overall the wrestler of the year. I think that it's time for her to wind down a little bit. Maybe she will be gone with the wind.
I like where you're going there.
Yeah, I
Right
do
now,
too.
the general consensus is we have Toni Storm reigning at 60%, 20% going to Jeff's pick of Hayter. Thekla and Kris Statlander only getting the other 10%, which is kind of surprising to see the disparity. So I guess I'm going to say Jesse kind of stole my thunder. So I'm also going with Statlander. I think he hit the nail on the head. Yuta. Fatal 4-Way is no disqualification match.
Mm-hmm.
Lillian's been saying it all night that the Death
Yeah.
Riders are going to have their fingerprints all over this card. It's been a red herring. It's been a swerve. She joined the Death Riders a long time ago. That whole thing was you. She's just trying to show she's not. And her promo sold me. I was literally Team Hayter until this past Wednesday. When she came out and said, it's been 4 years since I got a shot at this title. When Garcia turned, he talked about opportunities being taken away. She's talked about opportunities. She tried to make amends with Willow, and Willow didn't want anything to do with her. She tried to do the right thing. Garcia tried to do the right thing. It's a very parallel of a story.
So does she turn on Harwood?
I think she turns on everyone. I think she at one point looks like her and Hayter. I think she betrays Hayter. I think Storm gets taken out. I think she betrays Hayter, and I think she pins Hayter, and that's going to be kind of her first feud. Is either Hayter or Thekla. I think Statlander is the new champion, and she joins the Death Riders. Again, it's not a happy ending for everyone. It's not a happy ending. I think this is the way you can kind of make it feel gloom and doom, like, now the women's title is held by, oh great, now we're going to have another Moxley situation with the title. I mean, she's not going to put it in a briefcase, but
She could.
they're going to have another world championship.
To go along with that, Mongo noticed something earlier this week.
Yes, Marina's still wearing the key. Why is she wearing the key still? When the Messiah of the Backbreaker stared down his lovely bride, I noticed she was wearing a key.
Keep the kayfabe.
But you know what it means.
Yeah.
It's time for the main event. And I am really curious to hear everyone's thoughts on this one. What if Hayter gets help?
Yeah, Jesse, tell him.
Oh, that would be a good swerve. I would like that too.
Foil around, baby.
Especially since she said she would do anything. See, It could go either way. It could go any way. And that's what I love with this pay-per-view. I know who Rachel loves the most in this match. I'm not going to spoil the thunder like I've been doing light, but so Rachel, now obviously you're Jeff pick. Who's winning? Do we have a double champ or do we have Hangman retaining?
Well, so for Rachel, it is and still.
Oh.
Hangman wins, but only because Fletcher is disqualified due to Don Callis.
Oh, so he loses the TNT title too. Oh, goodness.
Fletcher gets pissed because he loses and ends up leaving the Callis family.
Oh, another one.
So she's talking the other direction instead of him kicking out a person. She's talking about him being the person that says "fuck you." So
maybe in her world, Takeshita screws him over, and that's what sets him off too. Like Takeshita screws him over because he. Ooh, okay.
Both of them leave, maybe.
Ooh,
so like then maybe it's Okada left with Don Callis.
Okay, that could be a good way to kind of dwindle it real fast. I like it.
It would definitely start to take the family down because you're losing some more of the reputable, per se, and title holders, so to speak. Besides Okada, to leave the train going, I guess. So, all right. So, for mine, I'm going to say this should be a very physical match that they'll focus on primarily, I feel like, in-ring action in a lot of ways. I think they're going to try to kind of do that. I'm going to also go and still. So I think Hangman's going to win, but I think the Protostar comes out looking like a future world champion and a future pillar of AEW. Do we get the swerve by the Don Callis family? I don't know. I'm curious on that the Okada, Takeshita, and Fletcher situation. You know, and of course, going back to that promo I mentioned before, you know, where he was talking about, you know, somebody's leaving. So.
I like it. All right. Main event M. So we have 2 for the Hangman retaining. Are you going to go Fletcher and new double champ, or are you going to go with cowboy shit?
You know how I feel about double champions.
I do know how you feel about anyone with more than one belt.
I'm not a fan. I think that the TNT title needs to be turned pink in Toronto. I want to see that debuted. Bring out the pink title belt. I need this to happen in Toronto. Bring in Bret Hart. That is another thing I really want to see. I want to see him during 0 Hour. I want to
Like
see
have him
him
in the crowd or something?
Yes, I want to see him get what he should have gotten. I'm really offended for him by what happened, and I want to see AEW do it right.
He did present the first world title, so it'd be kind of cool to give him a cool moment in Toronto. Be like, hey, we know you're a Calgary native, but hey, come to Toronto, come watch some good wrestling. I think Brett would be up for it because he likes a lot of the wrestlers on this card.
Yeah, and I think he has history with a lot of them in a good way. Like, I don't see him getting involved by any means.
No.
I just, I want that crowd shot of him. I want that honor given. I want the respect given.
Like when they show the crowd all the like different famous locals and stuff.
Yeah, okay. Like I genuinely just want to see a happy feel good moment for Bret Hart throughout this night at some point. Again, if it was with the pink title belt for Kyle, even better.
Yeah, if he presents the pink title, how funny would that be? Matt would love it. I'd love it. It goes together. Cool. Pink and black always goes together.
Yes. But I do see Hangman retaining. I love the thought of Kyle Fletcher being the one to leave the Don Callis family on a positive note. He is a great heel, however, so that puts a lot on him because he's such a good heel. He's such a good asshole. You want to root against him. You want him to get punched in the face. Let's face it, his name is Kyle. Give him a monster and he's going to punch some drywall.
Say his full name. The Protostar TNT champion, Kyle Fletcher.
Kyle Fletcher. Well, he's young and cocky. I mean, and he's in good shape and, not bad looking dude. So, like, shit.
It's that early. I know a lot of people compare it to the Randy Orton run, but it's very similar path. Young stud coming up through the ranks, muscular, has the look, has the presence, good heel.
Heel's easier. Well, heel's easier too for him.
It is.
It's much easier to talk shit and throw out the old, they say the old cheap pop, get the old cheap heat. Oh, this is the worst fucking town. This is, you're fucking, St. Louis Cardinals.
Yep. Dress in the black, make it dress in the pink, yeah.
Aren't they going back to Australia kind of soon?
February.
Not too soon, but I could see him retaining until then.
No, very well. And I also am going to go with Hangman. I think Hangman retains. I think it's too early for him to drop the title. He hasn't really had that feud that someone takes it off him yet. I do like at the media call when Kaun cleared up that this was always the direction that even though Wardlow got hurt, that was put out that was incorrect. So I'm glad because a lot of people kind of crapped on Kyle, like, oh, it's a thrown together match. And I like that this is obviously direction and based on how they told the story and Kyle taking out Omega and then Kyle taking out Hangman and becoming the face. Earlier I said that it's kind of like television show. This is the season premiere. Typically All-In's like the season finale. This is like the new season. We have the new villain starting. Kyle Fletcher's kind of like the new season's villain. He's that person that's going to be a thorn in everyone's side. I do think Hangman wins, and I think he potentially could get cost. Fletcher could get cost the match because of Mark Davis. And that's kind of what I've been leaning on a little while is that Mark Davis reluctantly joined the Don Callis family because Fletcher. And he had to choose between Ospreay and Fletcher, but he still blames Ospreay for bringing Fletcher into it and kind of breaking up the United Empire. But then he kind of got left on his own by Fletcher. So I still think there's some ill will, and he's been mentioning him a lot in interviews. He's brought up him, and I know the rumors are that, Mark Davis could be healed. He could be ready to go. So what better next storyline to set up than maybe what if he costs him the title and then they have to set up some sort of tournament and Kyle has to win it back? You could easily do that where he has to win it back and Mark Davis is kind of like that stone in his path that he's got to get by. That would set up more tension. And there's that member he kicks out because everyone thinks Takeshita is going to be that person to get kicked out, but the first person could be Mark Davis. Like, you've changed. When I was out, you're my brother. You didn't call me. You didn't check me. All you cared about was winning that stupid title. I could easily see that being the next story and easily keep it. That way it kind of protects Fletcher in the loss.
Me to the side.
It kind of
care about me. It
kind of protects Hangman. And I think it's a good kind of way to end the show because what a shocking moment to see Mark Davis come back. Mm-hmm. And you finally get that match that they've been teasing. That tension's been there for a while. So that's kind of how I think it's going to go.
We need another beef match.
Beef. I mean,
all these men are freaking jacked.
Kingston and Big Bill will be pretty beefy.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, so those are our predictions. I know we kind of went a little long tonight, but it's a 13 match card, so kind of figured.
And again, not complaining. We're paying for this. Give us the money. Also, if you're watching on HBO Max, you get a discount. I think that that's awesome. I hope that continues. I think their first ever Max pay-per-view is going to be great.
It's been advertised on Amazon Prime. It was advertised during Thursday Night Football when I was watching the Dolphins get destroyed by the Bills. They had a spot featuring Adam Copeland, so it was kind of cool. It's like, it's cool to see it mainstream. And, last year when Dynasty happened, swerved throughout the first pitch of the Cardinals. It's nice to see them get out there more. Had to rep your team for you, Jeff.
I appreciate it. But yeah. I thought that was awesome whenever they did that.
No, I appreciate everyone tuning in tonight. Make sure you like, subscribe, follow us, give us all that feedback. All that jazz. 5-star Fox Splash every review. Hope you guys enjoy All Out. Let us know what you think about the show. Stay tuned Sunday for our review and recap of All Out. Excited to watch it tomorrow. We'll try not to spoil you in the chat, Jeff, because we know you have some other plans while it's on, because it is a 3 o'clock show. But hopefully everyone enjoys the show, has a great time. Have a great weekend, and remember, always
keep the
kayfabe.
I must bid you adieu, goodbye, and good night, bang! But again, thank you for partying with us. But it's getting late. I must bid you adieu. So from Kenny Omega and Riho, goodbye, and good night, bang! Goodbye, and good night.